Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, otherwise known as Forum VX257, here to bring you another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. And today I'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Silent Weapons Specialist, the 1985 Quick Kick. Now, Quick Kick makes his first comic book appearance in the old Marvel comic run in issue 45, and makes his first chronological cartoon appearance in the 1985 season opener 5-part The Pyramid of Darkness in Part 4. And I say chronologically because he is included in the background of Part 1 as an animation error. Now, I know a lot of people don't really like the way Quick Kick looks because, well, I mean, he's barefoot and he's pretty much the least military looking figure that had come before him or after him. However, I think his looks are quite excellent, and I think he has a very interesting character, especially as it's explored in the cartoon. I don't really think he's very well used in the comic book, however. As a matter of fact, there is something about his comic book appearances that I'll use as a note in the description. I won't get into the review. One interesting thing about the figure, however, is in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a mail-away version of the figure, which a lot of people really liked because his accessories were a little very easy to lose. So it's nice to have gotten a very common mail order, I would say. Unfortunately, this mail-away version was made in Brazil and it is a different, has very slight differences in the figure. But I believe the plastic used in the Brazilian versions is actually a little more brittle, rather than the more flexible, better quality of plastic that Hasbro used originally. So one has to look out for that to see if anybody has switched the two around. One interesting thing I like to point out about the figure is his headband. As you can see, it has a red circle on a white background, and that's probably indicative of the national flag of Japan. Quick Kick has Japanese ancestry, but is supposed to be an American-born character, so it's nice that they have that in there. Even more interesting is the fact that the artwork actually does not have that. The artwork just has a plain white headband. And I say that's very interesting because usually it's the artwork which has more detail than the actual paint job on the figure. In this case, it's the other way around. Quick Kick comes with a pair of nunchucks. On the card, it actually lists these as nunchucka. I've never heard it pronounced quite like that. I've only ever heard it pronounced either nunchucks or nunchaku, though it might be a typo on Quick Kick's card. Quick Kick also comes with a samurai sword, as well as a backpack, rather small backpack, in fact, where you can store the sword. The backpack is flat on the back. It doesn't have the normal sort of curve where you would put the larger part of the curve in the back of the small of the back of the figure's sculpted back, but you can either have it on an angle or straight, it doesn't really matter. The peg is actually rather long, so it does kind of stick out from the back, but you can use that just to curl up the nunchucks and just stick them back there, and they fit rather well. While normally I don't mind a bit of paint rubbing off here and there on action figures, personally I really don't like it when paint rubs off of a flesh tone part of an action figure.
And Quick Kick has a lot of flesh tone on his feet. When it rubs off, you just see the black that's underneath, which looks really nasty, to be quite honest. Another way to tell the difference between the regular retail version of Quick Kick and the mail-away version made in Brazil is to take a look at the color of the skin. If you have two side by side, the one which is more has a more almost brighter tone to the skin rather than pale, the brighter one will be from Brazil. Another way to tell is the shoulder rivets. Brazilian toys almost always have the rivet being painted rather than the Hasbro factory tinted metal. Well, that's all the time I have right now. Thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned for next week to see another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. See you then!